Hello, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Shades of Edinburgh. Um, Tonight we have a random meeting of the vampires, so to speak. I guess, yeah, Ailey has been kind of just going to the Queen's Arms, kind of trying to keep an eye on other Kindred stuff and try to get an ear on stuff. So she's kind of just hanging out, listening in on stuff.
Yeah, Milan walks in through the door and he's looking a little bit pissy, comes over, sits down next to Ailey, just the open spot there, doesn't recognize her from behind.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, just walks over, sits down, flags over the barkeep. I need a juice box, quick, please.
So Ailey is sitting there as you've plopped down next to her, and she's literally sitting with the resting bitch face, like just staring at you because you've sat because you're sitting next to her and haven't said anything.
He kind of looks over at her. Yeah, you could get one for this one too.
Is it that kind of night already?
Oh, my boss is a douchebag.
Your boss is a douchebag?
Oh, I work over at this tech company and it's a thing, quarterly reviews are coming up, and I think, of course, that I've done amazing. And, I guess that I'm not showing enough initiative, I'm not helping the team enough, and whatever, you don't care.
Wait. I thought you were a private investigator
I do that for fun.
for fun. Okay.
That's kind of a hobby, and sometimes I've got a hairy friend who drags me along on adventures, and we investigate stuff. So
A hairy friend.
he kind of looks around, the big hairy ones.
She kind of like, oh, 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 gotcha. Gotcha.
So yeah, just need to come unwind, chill out. I've been in my books and working, and this is the first time I've been out really. He does the finger quotes socially in almost a month.
Oh, wow. I guess I can't say I've been out much more than that myself, socially as well, given the state of things over the last couple of months.
Yeah, crazy stuff going on. It's a long time since I've seen you.
Well, we're trying to reestablish some things within the city, so
Hmm.
it's been a
I
little
came over here
sticky.
on vacation and just for some reason didn't go back.
Yeah,
And I don't know what's going on here, but this town is, if you can fix it, go for it.
I'm trying. She grins. I'm really trying.
I mean, most of the time I would probably just stay in the bookstore, but my hairy friend, uh, she drags me off on these things that I would know nothing about had I not gone off on these grand adventures. I mean,
Hey, grand adventures are good, but what do you mean? Things you don't wouldn't know,
oh, I mean, you know,
like furry things?
he kind of looks around. Um, I don't know if here's a great place to talk, but yeah,
Yeah, what? What does the look on his
yeah,
face look like?
like kind of like he's looking around, realizing that he's been kind of loud and mouthy in a place where he doesn't know anyone except for Ailey, and even he barely knows her. And he's like, "Wait a minute, why am I running my mouth?"
And she kind of, okay, that's sensitive, huh?
I mean, it could be.
Well, you can go back to my place after the juice box. She kind of slurps hers down.
Yeah, he's not graceful really about it either, and he pays for him, and I lead the way, I guess.
Ailey will lead him to her truck. It's just a big blue SUV, like dark navy blue, tinted windows.
This is nice.
It's large.
I usually take the bus.
Ah, well.
Of course, maybe now that I'm gainfully employed, I can afford something better than that. But
Don't think taking the bus with my hairy friend would work either.
oh, you've got one too?
Yeah, well, I use the term friend loosely, but
He kind of cocks his head like, well, if you're not friends, why are you hanging out with them?
she just kind of like that in itself is a touchy subject.
Oh, hmm.
Let's just say I don't have much of a choice. And well, when it comes down to living or being at the other end of werewolf claws, she blatantly spells it out now that they're in her truck. I will take living, if that's what you call this.
That's concerning.
Well, I mean,
I mean, certainly there's some sort of
they're
better arrangement,
angry, savage beasts.
but they're not immortal.
No, they're not. They aren't, thankfully. That is the one thing I have going for me. I will outlive him if I don't piss him off.
Hmm. Well, my furry friend seems to like to pick fights, uh, which is weird because she's also somewhat progressive in that she hangs out with me and that, is cool about it. He kind of cocks his head like, that is sort of strange. um, but I don't know. I mean,
That is definitely, I mean, I've grown up with them. So
well, if you want me to
I
pass
guess,
along a word, I can see if my furry friend's interested in dealing with yours.
um,
No pressure. I mean,
he's
I don't want to get
will,
up in your business or anything.
I don't know what he has as far as that stuff goes. I try to interact with as few of them per se as possible.
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, I
my
understand. I don't like really getting in their business either.
I I've just seen more than I would like to in my time to
Is yours not one of the helpful ones?
you mean helpful.
I My furry friend told me that there were good ones and bad ones.
Oh, well, I just kind of assumed they were all assholes, to be honest.
I mean, mine's angry. I mean, no mistake there, but she's it's weird. Like she I think she thinks she's a superhero.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like she like fights crime and kills bad guys and protects the weak. It's it's endearing.
Good for her.
And from what I understand, her friends do too. I've never met any of her friends really, but
You've never met her friends,
out of character, I don't remember if he's met any of her friends. I know he's met other,
right? NPC friends.
yeah.
Bro, okay. Oh, I get you. I get you. The other furry ones.
I think that they're mostly good ones too because they seemed cool with her, you know. But like I know that there's bad ones and they like to, not put up with the bad ones' crap, I guess. It's very confusing.
Well, does I mean, realistically, when it comes down to good and bad, does anyone really wanna deal with bad people's bullshit?
No, I specifically don't, and I often get dragged into it.
Well, and well,
Which, kind of brings us
believe
to
me,
the furry issue that we sort of hinted at earlier.
furry issues.
Apparently, there are some of the bad ones who are dealing with some kindred, and this kindred bad furry guys combo. Apparently, they're stealing like the werewolves' relatives or something, and trying to force them to turn into werewolves. Not really sure how that process all works, but somewhere on the back end of that, if they do change, they're mixing them with vampire blood and creating super demon monsters.
What?
Yeah. So,
Wait, okay, so who's doing it?
out of
This is
character. Does he
key.
know who's doing it? He
Yeah,
would
they've
know, right?
Air said who it was. You would know it was a Duncern, and you know that she's a Duncern, so maybe that would be.
He looks over. He's like, "Yeah, it's that sit. Oh, ooh,
Hmm,
um, you sure you want to know?"
I absolutely want to know. Given the implications of what happened from what I heard at the Yule Festival with my family member being offed publicly,
Hmm.
I definitely. And Ailey will kind of lean over. Given I am looking to put myself on top, as it were, I definitely need to be up on everything going on.
Hmm. Well, then this is a bit of juicy information for you. Then, uh, yeah, it's from what I understand, it's Sinclair.
That son of a bitch! I knew he was up to no fucking good. I knew it when fucking 8 wolves went missing. Fuck.
Yeah, I don't know all the details on that side. I kind of get all this secondhand from my furry friend, but like we were working on an investigation project, after work sort of a deal. He kind of chuckles to himself.
Always.
Um,
It's always
and,
after work, isn't it?
yeah, and we were gonna go look around town to see if we can't figure out where their hideouts are, and we had some intel and um, some Templar dude who just crawled out of Torpor was heading up the whole thing, and he's starting like a grassroots resistance, and it's a thing.
Well, so wait, he's literally making werewolf vampire hybrids.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen one, but they sound pretty damn scary.
Listen,
Yeah, and like I live here, so kind of has to stop.
I've seen it all. I have seen it all.
You've seen them
They
do this?
not that. Not that. In regards to the things they do, I've seen and endured more than anybody ever should. And if they're that powerful before being turned into one of us, I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
my friend tells me that they're pretty terrifying. Um, I don't know what their end game is. I don't know if
She
they're
actually looks terrified just thinking about it.
I don't know if they're just trying to build up an army and take over town, or if they want to go take over the county, or what their deal is. But
No, Sinclair's trying to bully people for the lead position in this city. I can almost feel it. Given
mm,
he had the audacity to go up to one of the elder members of the family and tell them how they could best serve him. He's got some balls.
it sounds like it.
Oh, oh, and then he couldn't even do this himself. He sent somebody else to do it in his stead. At least I have the balls to go talk to my elders by myself.
No disrespect, your family's fucked.
You have no idea. No idea. I'm sure given the rumors with what happened with Grant says enough.
Trying to hang on. I'm trying to think if he knows anything about Grant.
Grant was the one that
I know
was
Lucas
killed
does.
for human trafficking.
Grant was the one doing the human trafficking?
Yeah,
Okay.
got busted for it by the Duke and killed
And
blatantly at
that's
the
why he
mule
was killed.
thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Milan would know that. Okay. Um, yeah, but I mean, it sounds like somebody else is at it though now. Like they're just taking the werewolf family people. So
Mm, I suppose we'll have to look into and stop that because that's going to cause issues. And she kind of like she's not looking at you as she's discussing this.
out of character. Would Air have told Milan about the demon pit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was the whole reason the Templar got involved.
Okay. And yeah, so this Templar guy that just woke up, uh, he's putting together a team to go take on some demon that apparently your guys and
What?
the bad wolves have been feeding the people who don't turn into werewolves. At least that's the way I understand it.
uh, she looks like beyond horrified. She's still not looking at you given the topic of conversation. But
Yeah, I've tried looking through the libraries, but there's not a lot of information on this.
I don't
Which
know.
again is, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm at this tech company is they seem to have a bit of information on he finger quotes the creatures of the night. So I've just been trying to sift through what details I can find that they have and try to corrupt their data so that they're
Uh,
operating on bad information.
Good call. That is something I should know too. Yes. Keep keep making sure they can't have information,
Uh,
accurate information.
they're like the supernatural version of Amazon, like I'm a single person and I'm good at what I do, but I'm not as good as they are.
Gotcha. Well, somebody's got to have eyes in there, I suppose. Whew.
So anyway, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
I've been well, trying to clean up the messes the rest of my family made in the city, along with, well, some of the family members that are more competent. And it's kind of a whole sticky slope. We got old vampires awake and running around. Now this, I think I needed Sinclair out of the running because he's trying to run the city. I think I'm sure your friend would like to off him.
My friend kind of seems like she would like to off everyone, but I think that she would definitely approve of offing this one.
Well, Milan, you see, you guys might be in luck there. I need him out of my way, not just for political reasons, but it might serve as a reminder to others who may be involved in such things not to fuck with me anymore.
Yeah, yeah, I think that
I
that's a good message to send. I mean, I don't really get involved in any of that.
I
Um,
know li- I know what they're going through probably more than you guys do. All right?
I'm sure if I saw it happening or saw what was going on, I'd be probably a lot less cool than I am right now. But um, yeah, it's got to stop. I'm going to help as best I can. I'm, not fantastic in a fight or anything, but I've got my talents.
I will see what can be done about handling some of this on my end, but I am not I'm more mental than physical.
Yeah, me too.
And
Um, so, given what you know now, are you going to go after Sinclair now? Um, because I personally think it probably makes more sense to take out their operation and then take care of him publicly.
mm, handle that
Again, that's
publicly.
that's not really my arena. Um,
No,
but
but it will be mine.
if they did it to Grant, I think if you take care of Sinclair and make it a big public show, I think you'll have support from anyone who cares about that kind of thing.
Right. Exactly. Hmm. Provided I actually do manage to take charge. See, that's the thing.
Well,
I kind of gotta
what else standing in your
have
way?
to say. Now, if I recall, aren't I'm not entirely sure. Aren't there like accords in the city?
I think so.
Well, my logic is if indeed your furry friend and my furry friend are on opposite factions, this could present issues for me.
Well,
Uh,
I think
in
if we
regards to very specifically, uh, if I take action versus one of them, if that
well,
I'll gladly hand him over.
does he have friends who are going to back him up?
I don't know.
Is he the only one you've ever encountered?
Oh, for my werewolf?
Yeah.
Oh, he has backup. He has lots of it.
How much?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
He's their
if I'm gonna
leader.
wind
That's
up
all I
my furry
know.
friend and send her that way, as much information as we can get, you know. So I think we send the wolves after the wolves, and then once that's dealt with, then you can take care of Sinclair without worrying about backlash from your wolf.
There will be backlash for me either way.
Well, if it's only I if we can get rid of some of it, then that's not nothing.
Um, See, that one's a little touchy for me, given that wolf is the father of my children. While it doesn't affect me so much, it would affect them, and it might make the rest of his wolves even more pissed off. My children aren't in the same place as those other kinfolk because he's between them and the other wolves.
Hmm. So you don't want him taken out because he's a good dad?
I won't give the order on him. That's all there is to it. That cannot come from me.
Oh, no one's asking you to give the order.
Sinclair, however, I can hand over. Willingly will hand over. It won't take much.
Well, maybe if we have Sinclair, our furry friends can get him talking enough to give up where your furry friends are if you're not willing to do that.
I'm not willing to do that because I live there too. This is not my only home. This is my home that I have to get away from that home. She uses home when referring to the other place in quotations, finger quotes.
Milan looks clearly confused as to why you don't want him dead.
Oh boy. She's noting the look of confusion on his face. What?
I mean, this guy is obviously one of the bad guys, and I mean, I don't know your whole story or anything, but he seems like he's not, you know, really nice to you. I mean, I get that he's fathered some kids, but doesn't really sound like dad of the year. Um,
He raised them, all of them, other than one.
okay.
So I'd say they're closer to him than me. I've
Are-
been gone the whole time.
And you're worried that they're
They,
going to seek revenge against you?
well, given I've literally just gotten them back, I don't want to lose them again.
So don't. Get them out of the city while this all happens. It's a violent world we live in. Anything can happen at any time to any of us.
Too of my children are wolves.
Are they his sort? I would assume.
Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And they're here in town as well?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Are they helping with this demon hybrid thing?
I no, no. I happen to know that kinfolk are worth more than that to them.
Would they help take down the demon pit thing?
I don't know. I sincerely don't. I can put it in front of him, but that's about, I mean, ugh, he's terrifying, Milan.
I believe you. I've seen some of these other ones that are the good guy ones, I guess, and they're pretty terrifying too. So I assume they're all more or less terrifying. Um,
No, this one, this one, ooh, he's efficient, smart, strong, and extremely. Let me put it this way: if an elder vampire can't put his mind tricks to him successfully and is terrified of him, need I say more?
hmm.
I'll see what will be done because I suspect Sinclair is taking his wolves.
I mean, he's almost certainly taking their family anyway.
Indeed.
Um, I don't know if they're taking any of the other folks or not. I don't know where they're getting their people from, but it
Well,
seems like they're not very discriminate about
given
it. So
given um Sinclair has managed to lose quite a few of his men, and I'm now saying lose lightly given what I know now. I suspect that's what he was doing. How does one do that to a werewolf, though?
no idea.
I mean, don't get me wrong, mine might be somewhat tamer to me because of blood, but getting them to drink it is tricky.
Maybe they're volunteering. I don't know. Maybe they've been
No,
wooed with more power. I have no idea. I no idea at all. I just know that it's been happening.
gross. Mm. Now I have all of this information to take back to multiple people.
Well, I'm pretty sure my wolf friend will be interested in learning this if she doesn't already know.
I Who knows?
She's got her fingers in lots of pies.
I tend to keep my fingers in a couple and keep an eye on them. That's what ghouls are for, right?
I don't know. I guess I've never had one.
Oh, oh, they're very handy. Very, very handy. They handle all kinds of daytime things. I wouldn't have been able to get my hands on the castle without one. All of that gets done before dark.
Hmm. Fair.
It's very
She,
large.
she can probably sense, Milan sort of internal struggling, the morality of ghouling someone.
Oh, oh, I see. I see. I guess when you've lived the kind of life I have, some of those things just go out the window.
I mean, I've only been in quotes, in finger quotes, in the life, I don't know, maybe 10 years.
How much longer for me, Milan? But I also led a pretty unpleasant life before being embraced as well. So some of these things don't faze me. It's all survival.
Well, I don't know a ton about your family other than the rumors I've heard about them, and I can't say I'm surprised to hear that.
Believe it or not. I mean, they're very, very much all about the keeping the family in the family. And outsiders aren't to be trusted. Funny, given I know that the wolves only wanted me because I was their kin.
Hmm.
So, yeah. I only know half of my family, technically. And it's the one you hear about.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I I sort of help out where I can when it gets too close to home with this kind of stuff, but
Oh boy.
I can't say what my wolf friend or will or won't do once she hears all this. They're kind of on this mission to save the world or whatever, but who the hell even knows what that means?
Save the world. I
I mean, when she was
mean,
explaining it to me, all I could think of is that Captain Planet cartoon from the 80s.
oh,
But who
okay.
knows?
Okay, they are. Yeah, I think our friends are not going to get along when you put it like that, given what little I do know.
Hmm. Well, whether they get along or not isn't really a huge concern for me.
Right.
Having a bunch of hybrids running around is concerning, though. Having a giant demon pit that people are feeding innocent people to, that's a
Yeah.
problem for me.
Yeah.
Um, who sits on the Iron Throne of Edinburgh? Yeah, I'd rather it be someone that I like, I guess. Um,
I'm sure every faction has their leaders. We're just trying to consolidate and handle kindred leadership issues, which hopefully I can get done. I need to establish an Elysium yet.
where would you do that at?
I have to find it somewhere that would be appropriate. Obviously, this place is not going to be it.
Yeah, I don't even know if all the people that are in there are kindred or not. Um, I know that they have had wolves in there before, so it's, not really a safe to speak your mind kind of a place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're not going with the, White Harden vibe, no, no. We need a Kindred only space. I have money, I'm sure I can find something.
Well, I mean, that only seems fair. I'm sure the wolves wouldn't let us just show up at their place and hang out.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on having, potential furry battles
Mm-mm. They
on
seem
my
like it's
turf.
best to wind them up and let them go.
Yeah, yeah, stay out of no, I can't.
Winding them up and let them go at this demon pit seems like a good idea.
Yes.
Um, as far as Sinclair goes, I don't really care how you do it, I guess, but I do think that a public display
A public display.
will get you favor.
Well, I suppose that's, what we'll have to do unless,
Of
yeah,
course, there is the issue of if we take care of Sinclair before this demon pit business is taken care of, who's the next head of the Hydra that's going to take over?
if you take care of Sinclair.
Yeah, if Sinclair's gone, who's his number two that's going to be running that show that now we would have to suss out?
Hmm. Talk to my uncle very often. Probably by design.
I mean, I would
He's
assume
been
that he's.
stabbing my wolf in the back. And he's afraid of him.
Does your wolf know that he's been stabbing him in the back?
Only sort of. Not quite this badly. He
It seems
thought
like an
that,
interesting little bit of dinner conversation that could set things in motion.
yeah, yeah. We knew that Sinclair had lost a couple groups, but I thought it was in an attempt to undermine the alliance that my grandfather had with the wolves. I guess I was wrong.
Mm.
He's building his own army up.
I mean, public display of Sinclair, I think, is best for you. Turning your wolf loose on Sinclair is funny for me, but I don't know that that necessarily
And
benefits anyone.
right. And me making the public display at least says, hey, the family isn't putting up with it.
Yeah, I think that
And
for from your perspective is the best route, but yeah,
and then it should hopefully have the other faction of wolves leaving me alone too.
I couldn't speak to that. They're
I can't either.
they're they're erratic at the best of times.
Unfortunately, or they erratic. Damn.
Well, I mean, I guess that's a valid point.
I
Just
guess
from
the
my
ones
perspective,
I know
is
have
erratic.
always been the ones I've encountered think things through thoroughly.
Mhm.
Plan, play the long game.
My experience, although is not anywhere near as deep as yours, seems that once they decide that someone's going to die, that person dies quick.
That
But
is
I'm
true.
not involved in all their planning, so maybe they're long game too. Maybe they're, but just my my view of them is that they get angry and then go destroy crap.
Yep. They destroy objects and people. On the overall, they're volatile.
So, yeah, maybe telling your wolf that that you have these details about getting backstabbed isn't a great idea because then he'll be like, well, why didn't you tell me this ages ago? And then that's probably not good for you.
Well, not if I see. Here's the thing. I don't know everything on that, and he knows it.
Hmm.
He knows that they've kept me out of the loop. And now I'm standing up, not dealing with their shit anymore.
There you go.
Not going to be left in the dark and sold off to the next highest bidder every time somebody dies.
Kind of pops an eyebrow at that one. Someone's been selling you off.
I told you my human life was not pleasant.
Hmm.
Much like those people you
And
guys are trying to save.
your family did this to you?
Yeah. Yep.
You must be some kind of saint.
No. I'm playing the long haul.
Well,
Because I know I will outlive him at least.
that one, yes. But what about the rest of the family?
Well, I'm sure the elder member I have backing me has most of them under his grasp. So
Hmm.
I have spelled out the wrongdoings.
Any chance that one's involved with demon pit stuff?
I don't think so. Given he wants to help uh, deal with Sinclair in regards to getting him out of my way.
Those two things
He
seem
Sinclair
unrelated.
also Sinclair did also again try to tell the elder how the elder could serve him in his bid for leadership. That doesn't go over well, especially when you can't do it yourself.
Yeah, I guess that's a good argument against them being in cahoots.
Yeah.
Anywho, so
And yeah, there is another elder vampire awake too. Something to keep an eye on. I don't know where they are though.
I've never met one. I've got no strong desire to.
I just know that
Everything I've heard is they're controlling assholes, and I like to mind my own business.
hmm, I know that they're both awake. I only know where one is though. Hmm. Oh well. I guess we'll find them soon enough, huh?
Yeah, when they're ready to, I'm sure they'll let everyone know where they are.
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
meantime, let my wolfy friend know.
no, yeah, you probably should. Sure you don't have to go to work? Chuckles.
It's all for the greater good. No one can say that I'm not a team player
Well, that is true. I try
just
to be.
because I'm the MVP on that team.
Well, hey, you said there was a Templar that was woken up.
Yeah, I don't know how old he is. I mean, obviously old enough to be a Templar, I guess, so it's pretty old. But I
Old.
also don't know how long he's been asleep for either.
Oh, well, given the Templar were part of the Crusades, he's been around a long time. Though not as long as some of my other friends. She smirks.
Yeah, I have no idea how old people are. I don't really ask.
I don't either. You
It
hear
always seems
things,
like it's
though.
bad form. I
Yeah,
I
yeah, it
I don't
does.
even know how old my sire is. Of course, I mean, he got shipped off somewhere and I'm lucky to be alive, I guess. So,
Yeah, well, I'm essentially usurping mine, so she smirks.
probably for the best.
Yeah, yeah. Tell you what, I getting to say my piece felt real good, especially knowing I couldn't be told to zip it and carry on.
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't know all this stuff already. It's only by like happen chance that I know any of it.
I don't. I don't know much of it. Like I said, I've been handling getting my strategy to take over Grant's position together.
Well,
Somebody needs to play the face of the family. Might as well be the one that most people recognize.
he nods.
I also know how to behave myself, unlike other kindred.
That seems like it'll go a long way when you're in a town that are full of wolves. So,
Well, yes. Given if I hadn't have fought to for trying to take Grant's position, rather, they probably would have had me in delicate external communications. Yes, external communications with everyone else.
out of character. I have no idea what she's alluding at, but Milan probably would.
Basically, they wanted her to be the go-between from the vampires to all the other supernaturals
Oh, okay. So,
because she obviously has deals with this werewolf.
so you were going to be their press secretary.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Were. And then she was like, no, I'm not somebody's lapdog. I'm done doing that. Yes. Yes. Uh,
Well, I support your bid as long as you don't, have any plans to shut down the bookstore.
oh no. I have no intentions of shutting down a bookstore. In fact, I have a decent library upstairs.
He kind of pops an eyebrow.
Yeah.
More than the bookstore?
Well, I don't know about that. It's a nice library though. it was filled when got everything in here. It's quite awesome, actually.
I mean, I've been doing a lot of research down at the bookstore, and he's got some decent stuff down there. But it's not, it's not as full as it could be. So I think some of the more potent rituals are not in there.
Oh,
Um,
well, probably not. Those probably have to be taught.
hmm. Well, I've been doing all my own research, so I don't know how much more I can get out of what's at the bookstore anyway, without having a tutor.
Hmm. Well, I mean, sometimes that's necessary. I know I've definitely taken to some learning, but new things in this in a similar, yeah. It's difficult without somebody showing you.
Well, I mean, we can do rituals together, I guess.
Hmm. I don't think you want.
Oh, yours are all your family rituals, aren't they?
I don't think. Yeah, I waited. I saw that my computer froze up a minute. I don't think you know things that I would though. Necromancy, you know.
He tries to hide the look of, not like look of disgust necessarily, but like the look of, ugh, you know,
Oh,
it's
like
it's
oh,
there,
dead
but it's
things,
stifled.
right?
Yeah, like, oh, okay, that crazy bullshit, but
Don't
you know.
worry, I don't have as much fun with it as others do. I know enough to be able to speak to the dead and see them, and that's it. The
Well,
shades.
that's more than I can do in that arena.
Well, I've talked to some very interesting people in this way.
Is it like on TV? Like, are you gonna be like, hey, I want to talk to Leonardo da Vinci?
Oh no, no. I can only speak to the ones that are around. I don't summon them.
Oh,
I look and
well,
see, and if they're around, then they're around. My
that's still
favorite one
cool,
is
I
in
guess.
this castle.
Who's in the castle?
A former Mary, Queen of Scots, second husband.
Oh,
Poor guy. Doesn't even remember who killed him.
yeah. While I'm sitting there, just kind of
He's an
letting that
excellent
one grind a little bit.
he's an excellent conversationalist, and yeah, he likes to read, but flipping the pages are a little difficult, so I help.
That's that's pretty nice of you.
Yeah, well, he's been helpful as well, so turnabout is fair play.
Hmm.
Like I said, he's a fun conversation as well. So
Can he do that thing with his head like nearly headless Nick?
um,
Smirks.
out of character, that's really funny because his head is missing from his grave. And Ailey, in character, thinks that that's why he's still around, because his head isn't with the rest of his body. Oh,
Out of character. I don't have
yeah.
anything else.
Okay. Well, Milan, I will get to talking to my wolf friend, maybe. At best, I can share with him that I got words that somebody is making abominations and not who. Or these hybrids, as you call them.
I mean, seems like a descriptive term.
Yes, I think that they may take some of them out. Who knows? But it's best that everyone knows they're there. The quicker they're handled, the better. But you said you guys seem to have a hand on that, right? I hope. Yeah, I'll see what he can do though. And I will, yeah. Let's go. Do you need a ride back? Where do you need a lift to?
Oh, are you there?
Yes,
Yeah.
Ailey is
Saying, yeah, I don't think this should be allowed to get any more out of hand than it already is.
I agree. Oh, this is really, really sticky. I'm glad I know about it though. Can handle that, and I'll deal with what I can there, see what I can have happen, and yeah. But like I said, in the meantime, you need a ride somewhere?
Um, looks at his watch. Yeah, I guess back to my apartment, I guess.
Oh, you got an apartment now?
I mean, I've been living here.
Oh, so no more hotel room. That's good.
Well, jobs and all. They
Yeah.
wouldn't let me have an apartment without showing, proof of employment. This is silly.
Fair.
Anyway, so
All right. She'll take you. Yeah. She'll take you back to your apartment, and
cool.
you get to ride in her fancy car again. All right.
Yep. And
Well,
then,
that's
like, just so that I don't have to worry about it later, as soon as he gets into the house, he basically types up this long-winded text with all of that and sends it off to air.
oh God's okay.
Yeah. Until we
Oh
meet
boy.
again.
Right, right. Just so yeah, just so John knows, just say Milan is sending just make a note in the chat that Milan is sending Air a text with the info that he
Okay.
just like just basically well, we'll sort. Yeah. I'll end this live broadcast actually.
Okay.
No outro, sorry guys.